We're going to talk about our trip to LA. Man, what a great trip, Rob.
It was quite the experience.
I'll tell you. And from the time we landed, and we had Jimmy Kimmel there dressed as one of your chauffeurs. The funny part was you walked right by him.
Because I thought he was a protester. You know, I have protesters always standing in front of my office, or in some events they just stand there and protest. I didn't even recognize him. So yeah, I went by him and someone says, hold on a second. So I went back, and so I apologized, Jimmy. I told him after, I said, I thought you were a protester. Yeah. So, but it was good.
He was good. He picked up the bags, and I remember we slipped him 20 Canadian.
That's right.
Maybe that's a souvenir for him. And I got to tell you, Jimmy, I'm sure you're going to be listening to this, Jimmy. Rob is a great guy because he always helps the underdog like yourself. You know, you're a little lower in the the ratings against Jimmy Fallon, and well, they gave him a boost, Rob. Let's face it, you went out there, you gave him a boost, you beat Jimmy Fallon, for the first time ever. The ratings went up astronomically. In Canada alone, folks, it went up 770%. Staggering numbers. He broke a record on the YouTube for his own record, 1.2 million hits.
Good for him.
But guess what, Rob? Jimmy's gonna come on Ford Nation, folks. That's gonna be the announcement. Jimmy, you're coming to our town now, on our turf. So the rules are gonna change a little bit. But we're always polite, Rob. We're always polite.
He just didn't let me promote Toronto enough, that's all. That's the only thing.
But he kept his word. He's a man of his word because he did a whole segment on Toronto. And his little friend there that drives him around, I forget his name. He's a great guy.
Anyways, we had a lot of fun, and trying to control you at the after parties, that was very difficult. But
control me. Oh, here he goes again.
So we went to an Oscars party, and it was exciting. But we had a lot of fun. Met a lot of movers and shakers in the movie industry. TIFF, they're very, very familiar with our Toronto International Film Festival, and that premiered, the 12 Years a Slave premiered at TIFF.
Yeah.
So it shows that, TIFF is beneficial not just to Toronto, to the whole world, and a lot of people said, I haven't been up to Toronto, but I've heard a lot about it. So I encourage people to come to Toronto. You'll have a great time. We have great theaters, great restaurants, sporting venues, and especially during the film festival, it's amazing. So come on up anytime.
Weren't you shocked on how many Canadians were down there?
Yeah, it was.
There's just endless amounts of Canadians. Again, if we invited one person, we must have invited 1,000 people. Matter of fact, more than 1,000 people.
I went through probably 5,000 cards. So 5,000 people I must have met, and because I know I brought 5,000 cards with me, and I didn't bring any home. So they're very nice, very hospitable, similar sort of city, similar to this, very multicultural. The only thing we're missing are those beautiful mountains they have.
Yeah.
And I saw those mountains when I went to BC, and I said, well, BC and LA are similar. And I said, is there mountains? I said, yeah, there's mountains. Well, so
I got to tell you, it's going to be exciting. You'll be able to ask Jimmy some questions. He is confirmed. We're going to confirm the actual date that he's going to be coming on Ford Nation Live. But what else? We're going to have some other folks. Everyone from sporting folks, some other famous broadcasters on Ford Nation Live. It's going to be an ongoing segment, folks. So fasten your seatbelt. This is going to be the most exciting YouTube you've ever seen in your entire lives when we get rocking and rolling here, Rob.
We're going to have a lot of fun, more fun than a barrel of monkeys.